Hello there, my crafty friends. It's Ashley Pfeiffer, the maker behind Stamped AF. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Canada, and this week I wanted to share a fun treat holder. I also wanted to get back in the habit of doing this face-to-face portion at the beginning. The only time you get to see my face is when I do Facebook Live, so I figured I would bring this back. Let me know what you think, yay or nay. So I have a super fun project for you. This is the Russell Stover cream strawberry covered in milk chocolate. It's a strawberry and a heart. So, can you guess where I'm going with this? I have created a fun treat wrapper for this, and the first one that I did was using strawberries. Let's take the Post-it note off there. But I thought, okay, well, if you want to focus more on the heart instead of the strawberries, I'll give you another option. This one, so similar. So let me flip this around and let's get our craft on. Okay, so cute, right? I haven't tried one. It's showing a lot of restraint here. So I thought we would make this really cute box. So simple. And you can see I did strawberries on this one. Maybe a little bit too close. I think if I were to do this again using the strawberries, I would stamp the stems first instead of the berries. But this was, it's so simple. So I thought instead of doing the strawberries, because maybe you want to focus more on the heart instead of the berries, we are going to use the Lots of Heart bundle. And that is what I used to get this little heart with the vellum window. I don't want to undo this bow because it's not often I get a bow right on the first try. But if you can see, like, you can read what it is in there. And that is with that cute little heart. So let's do that same window on this one, but we're going to use this adorable heart. I just love this little one. And if you don't have this bundle yet, you're gonna need it. But you could use the Heartfelt bundle from last year, and you could use any of these hearts. You can use whatever hearts you want, or you can stick with the original berry idea. But let's get you the dimensions, shall we? So this, for both the bottom and the top, the bottom and the lid, we need a piece of cardstock that is 4.5 by 5 3/4. So when we're doing the lid, we're just going to do a little micro adjustment so that it fits over top. And fingers crossed that I can get it the way I did on my sample. Wish me luck. Okay, so move that out of the way. And I will start with the lid. Let's start with the bottom. So 4.5 by 5 3/4. So let's do the 4.5 first. And 5 3/4. And we are going to score at 3/4 of an inch on all 4 sides. And I just made this last night, so I am aware of the measurements. I'm aware of that little micro adjustment that I need to do for the lid, but you never do know, right? Okay, so that's 3/4 on all 4 sides. Now for the lid, we are going to do our same 4.5. And this is just Whisper White regular. I don't have the basic white yet because UPS is slow. Also, Stampin' Up! Took a little bit longer to pick my orders this time. So, okay, now the easiest way to explain this is you're going to go to that 3/4 inch mark and you're just going to back up just a little bit. So you're going between the 11/16 and the 3/4. So basically split the difference in there, and that is where we're going to score on all 4 sides. I just realized you can't see there. So in between, so there's 11/16, there's 3/4, just back it up in between the two, and that will give us enough. Sorry, I only have so much desk space and my trimmer doesn't fit within the shot. So now it's like half off my desk and my stomach's preventing it from falling off. So, okay. Now, before we go too far and I forget to do this step, I'm going to take out, in my Lots of Heart bundle, this die. Now, if you can see this, this little part in the middle is what cuts out that little outline. So I'm going to line it up in the center as best I can. And you could do your stamping first, or you can do this first. It's entirely up to you, but I don't want to forget this part. So I'm just going to use some low tack tape. So this is the part that came out, so I could definitely use that on another project. But what we are going to do is do another one of these on Poppy Parade or Real Red. I guess we're using Poppy Parade. And that will give us our little outline. So there's the top. We'll do some stamping on there. I'm just going to grab a scrap of Poppy Parade and do this same heart. We could definitely use that for something. But these do look super cute when they're mixed. And there is our Poppy Parade. How cute is that? So simple, yet so stunning. So we're done with that die. Now, because I'm not focusing on the strawberry this time, I will have to rethink my tag. I used the Just For You sentiment from the Sweet Strawberry bundle on a strawberry. So this time I'm thinking we may use this little heart, which is still part of that Lots of Heart bundle, and then we'll die cut it. This one actually only cuts the holes, so if we do this, let's do that now, and then we'll figure out what sentiment's going to go on it. When I was thinking about the tag for that, I also thought about the cute little heart tag from the mini curvy keepsake box. That took a second. It is really hard to find a sentiment that fits on there, and we may have the same issue with this one, but I just think it's so cute with those little holes. So I'll just use my take your pick tool to pop any remaining ones out. Same with this, you don't want to use it the next time and still have little dots in there. I'm actually going to keep this together because why not? And all of the sentiments on here are just a little bit too big for this heart, so we will find something else. We could use the Just For You, but I think it's just a little bit too big. I do love the mixed font on that one, but let's audition that and see. It can be tricky sometimes to find a sentiment that fits. It would just fit, so let's keep that out as a contender. And now let's get to our box. So I'm going to take out some mini grid paper. I almost said greed paper. And let's get these hearts on here. We could use that solid one and this one. I also thought when I mentioned the heartfelt stamp from last year, I thought it might be cute to have this one and then the outline. And notice we've got a full strip of hearts here, so we could use that too. But I'm thinking that I really want this one. So I will grab some Poppy Parade. And I like to stamp all over the lid. I don't want it just on the top. I want some on the sides as well. Like, how stinking cute is this stamp? Do you love this one? I think because this is a heart instead of a berry, I'm going to keep them all going the right direction. We'll have some coming off the sides. I just love this one. I don't know why I love it so much. It's just so cute. And then I think we will do a couple of solid hearts just because we have the room. So why not? I find every year I say, oh, I'm not going to do any Valentine's Day cards because, I mean, really, who do I give them to? They end up sitting around. So I tend to focus on treat holders. Whoopsie. I may go back and fix that. I may just leave it. Oh. When they're photopolymer, they're usually pretty easy to fix. That being said, it is easier to fix when my head can be right over top of it. Let's do a couple over here. I know we're not going to see all of that. Oh, boy. Whoa, you'd never know. And then if you want even a little bit more, what you could do is take your Poppy Parade Stampin' Write marker and just do a little bit of spritzing. We don't want too much because I don't want to detract from those little dots. But if you have a project that's looking a little too stark, you've got too much white, this is a great way to add a little bit, that little something something without going overboard. Now that being said, it can be very easy to overdo it. So take a step back, take a look. I like when I get those bigger dots, and sometimes I can't replicate it, so I will just go in with my marker and darken up a spot. So much fun. And then just do a swipe there and try and get that ink off. Now what we're going to do, I'm going to let that one sit for a minute so that I don't smudge anything. And I'm going to miter the edges. So I'm going to cut the tabs right on the line, and I'm going to slice a little bit off of either side and the end. That part's entirely optional. I've been making so many boxes lately. I've got my celebration bingo coming up in just 2 weeks. And I've made all the treat holders, which are boxes. And I made another little box because part of the goodie bag didn't fit in the actual bag or box. So I've been doing a lot of boxes, a lot of mitering. It's like second nature. Okay, now let's just give those a little fold. Fingers don't want to work. So on the topic of Valentine's Day, I know that I jumped a little bit there. Tiffany Almeida, Sherry Rubin, and I are having a Galentine's weekend retreat. It's going to be so much fun. On Friday night, there will be a PJ party. On Saturday, we will be doing hour-long demos throughout the day using 4 different bundles. So live demonstrations, each one of those will have 4 projects. So you will have 16 make and takes. It comes with $30 Canadian of Stampin' Up! Product. And there are pillow gifts, and it's going to be so much fun. And then Sunday morning, we're going to have mimosas and mystery stamping event. So it is just going to be a great weekend. And if you don't do much on the Valentine's Day weekend anyways, it's perfect timing. But also, I don't know about where you are, but we are in Code Red, so we can't go anywhere or see anyone. So it's perfect timing here. And it is $85 Canadian, $65 US. If you are in Canada, you're signing up with me. If you're in the US, you're signing up with either Tiffany or Sherry. And the deadline to sign up is this coming Friday, January 22nd. It's going to be so much fun. And if you can't actually do the stamping with us live, you can't catch the demonstrations, you will be able to see it after the fact. You'll be able to see it also to be able to do your projects, because maybe you won't be making them at the same time as us. But it's going to be so much fun. If you have any questions, please email me at stampedaf@gmail.com. Love to have you join us. We are going to be using 4 different bundles. I am designing with the Kangaroo and Company. Sherry is designing with the Snailed It bundle, and Tiffany is designing with the Hey Girlfriend stamp set. And then all 3 of us are doing a project for the Hearts and Kisses, which is the one with the lips and the heart punch. So cute. It wasn't one that was on my radar, and then we decided to do this, and I'm like, okay, this is going to be adorable. So we do need some vellum for this window, and I'm just going to make it the full width of the top of the box. And that is going to be 3 inches by 4 1/4. So we're going to leave the length and just take a little bit off the width. Usually with vellum, we are so concerned about seeing the adhesive, but this is going to be on the underside of the box, on the lid. So I'm going to use Stampin' Seal. Now, I just realized I should be putting this on the box top because it's not narrow enough, or it's not wide enough at the sides to be able to put that Stampin' Seal all the way across. So I did use glue on that part. So let's use Stampin' Seal at the top and the bottom. We'll go up halfway on the side. This stuff makes me crazy. Do you have issues with this stuff? I find that Stampin' Seal Plus is so much easier to use. But sometimes you just don't need that kind of grip. Okay, so just so that this doesn't pop out on the sides, we're going to add just a little line of glue. And of course, now I'm stuck to that little bit of seal that was on there. Pop this down. And it's a pretty close fit to the top, so you're covering everything. Just give it a good press. Okay, so now we can create our lid. We'll just glue our sides. I like to do 2 sides at once, and then I can hold them, let them set. Now, before you go this far, you might want to just do a dry fit to make sure that the lid does in fact fit the box, but with that little smidge that we adjusted, it should be fine. And it is a nice snug fit. There we go. Isn't that adorable? You could put some thumb tabs in there if you want. Let me get rid of this before I get stuck to it. And then with that Poppy Parade heart, you could use adhesive sheet, but it kind of feels like a waste. I mean, it's not a waste if you're using the rest of that heart, but let's just put a little run of glue along the outside. Well, you know what I mean. There we go. Might be easier to do this part before you put the lid together, but since when have I ever done anything the easy way? Okay, so we can put our heart, and it's a perfect fit. I mean, you don't have to bend the ends in or anything. This box is meant to fit that. And it makes it so much sweeter, I think, when the packaging is thoughtful. I mean, this is made exactly for this. I showed it to my husband. He's like, "Oh, can I have that?" I'm like, "Yeah, for who?" One of his coworkers, so he can give to his wife. I'm like, oh, why don't I make stuff for me for him to give me? So I was pretty generous with how much ribbon I used for this one. This is the, what is this? This is the sheer ribbon. I'm pretty sure it's called Real Red, but it really looks Poppy Parade. So now we can just do that. Now, before I actually go and tie it, I need to figure out what I'm doing here. How am I attaching this heart? Maybe this time we just pop it up instead of tying it, because on this one you can see I punched a little hole and the stem kind of went down, which I think is cute, but that one is on the ribbon. This one I think we can stamp our sentiment, and maybe instead of putting it here where we can see that one, we'll put it on this side. I don't know, but they are going to be different. So I find one of the best ways to tie a bow, I want this off center, when you don't have more than one hand, use some reverse tweezers, because it can be hard to get someone to come in and be like, "Hey, put your finger right here." And I mean, we only have 2. I think crafters should have the option to add on more hands, don't you? So let your reverse tweezers be those hands that you need. Adjust your bows. Trim those ends. Let's take a little bit off this one. These are not good ribbon scissors, but... And then the sentiment is going to be in Memento. Let's see, well, just for you, will it look good or will it look like we're trying to squeeze it on there? I did think about doing it that way. Let's stick with it just for you. You use whatever sentiment you'd like. But because this is strawberry and because I used that bundle for this one, I'm going to go with this. I'm sorry if my head's in the way. Oh, cute. Now, part of that S is in the hole, but what can you do? So with this one, I'm just going to pop it up. Not going to tie it on, as I mentioned earlier. Now, I do overkill on the dimensionals because I don't like things dipping. You probably don't need 3 full-size dimensionals on this, but I shop with a discount, so why not, right? Now, I think this one, I don't want it quite there because it's going to hang off. It is what it is. So let me know which one is your favorite, the lots of heart with all of the cute little hearts on there, although you don't get to see one full heart on the top, or if you like the sweet strawberry. I thank you so much for watching, and if you have any questions, you can leave a comment below. You can email me at stampedaf@gmail.com, and please consider hitting that subscribe button if you haven't already. You will catch a new video each and every week, always using Stampin' Up! Product, of course, and we will see you soon, my crafty friends. Bye.